This isn't a beach. This is a bathtub. 2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beach? Too early, baby, later you can show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit. Rainy city, she blow me kisses, no. 30 degrees, way too cold to hold me tight. Can I see you at the show tonight? Can I see you at the show tonight? Dum, 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 dum. I've been learning about rest recently. The importance of silence, cutting out the noise, putting down the instruments, and not actively trying to stimulate your mind. And man, does it feel like a life hack. Over like pretty much my whole life, primarily my creative endeavors, burnout has been something that I've experienced. I tend to be a double or nothing type of person, either fully in or I'm not in at all, which to some degree is a gift. At the same time, it also means that I naturally lack balance and lack structure and routine and a lot of those things. And one of my favorite speakers, Jordan Peterson, he said something. Yeah, I think it was his book, 12 Rules for Life. He said, treat yourself like someone you're responsible for. That's like such a poetic and beautiful, but very direct statement. It highlights the fact that often when we are responsible for someone or something, we treat it with uttermost respect and we want the best for it and want to make sure it doesn't get hurt. We want to make sure it's functioning well and optimally. Whereas when it comes to our bodies, we treat our bodies often like means to an end rather than accepting that we are housed in these meat suits, like Ethan would say. We're not just housed by it, we exist because of it. After this last burnout, I feel like I finally accepted that I could never be efficient, truly efficient at what I want to do and where I want to be if my vehicle, which is my body, isn't in optimal condition. I have been very intentional about seeking solitude, particularly because as an introvert, I've noticed my capacity and like my tolerance for those kind of scenarios have drastically reduced. So I refer to them as social coins. So I tend to be low on social coins most of the time. And so I've been very intentional about seeking spaces where I can recoup, trying to understand best where I energize quickest, but also where I get fed deep down in my soul. And it's been like a really fascinating journey because it's led me to start journaling every day, paying close attention to how I feel and what my reactions to things are, and almost viewing myself from a third person perspective, but also appreciating myself in the process and my emotions and in my place in the world. And as a result, I found that creativity tends to flow so easily in this space for me. I don't understand. I find that I'm actually way more productive now that I rest than I was when I worked constantly. And it's so trippy because in the same amount of time that I would have usually have got 1 or 2 projects done, I found myself getting like 4 or 5 projects done. And granted, this is a bit extreme and I'm trying to pay close attention to it because I could be pushing myself a bit too hard, but I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with stretching yourself and your abilities to see how far we truly can go. Pushing that limit, stepping back to ensure that we don't overstretch ourselves or wear ourselves too thin. Learning about rest and how important and beautiful and necessary it is has been like one of the best gifts I've had this year. The pain that I went through for those 4 or 5 months were necessary. The questionings, the frustration, the ache, all of it was necessary because now I truly know rest. If you like or relate with anything I've said, please share because we are living this real life.